Here's the topic of the week. CPP and OAS changes 2025. Changes and impacts to your retirement. Picture this. You're sitting at your kitchen table, maybe with your morning coffee, and you open that letter from the government, the one you've been waiting for. You expect clarity, stability, maybe even a sense of relief, and instead you're looking at numbers that don't make sense. Changes you didn't expect. And you start wondering, is this really what I'm supposed to live on? Did something change in 2025 that I missed? And what does this mean for my retirement? If you rely on CPP or OAS or plan to, you're going to want to hear this. My name's Peter Fabry. I'm a licensed broker for 25 years and I'm a retirement planner, just like everyone else over the age of 55. And for over 25 years, I've helped Canadians 55 plus build retirement plans that actually work, not based on wishful thinking, but on reality. And the truth is, retirement in 2025 is different. Our parents didn't retire into inflation like this. They didn't carry mortgages into retirement like the 1 in 3 Canadians who are retiring now. They didn't face clawbacks, housing shortages, or cost of living pressures that we have today. So in this video, we're going to walk through CPP, OAS, GIS, and what's really changing, what stays the same, and how to build a retirement income strategy that keeps you stable. And near the end, I'll show you the mortgage and home equity tools that thousands of Canadians, thousands that your age are quietly using to make retirement affordable without selling their home. So let's start with the big one, CPP. Because if you're like most Canadians, you think CPP is a simple system. You pay in, you retire, you get a check. Easy. But the real story, it's a little more complicated. In 2025, the maximum CPP benefit at age 65 is $1,433 a month. But, and this is important, that's only if you've contributed the maximum amount for about 39 years. What if you're someone like myself who's been self-employed or on commission for most of my life? Most Canadians don't come close to that. I don't remember anymore what the percentages of self-employed individuals, but I can tell you this, that for years I've been reading about and studying in school that self-employed individuals are the backbone of the economy. Anyways, you get the picture. If you're self-employed, you're probably not going to get the maximum. Most Canadians don't come close. The average CPP payout as of mid-2025 is around $848 a month. Not $1,400, not $1,200, under $900. And think about it. Groceries alone can hit $800 a month now. Groceries can cost $50 a bag, and that's being generous. That's your entire CPP. CPP enhancements have been rolling out since 2019, and they continue into 2025. But those enhancements mostly benefit younger workers, not people already retired or close to it. So if you're planning to rely on CPP as a major part of your retirement income, you need to know its limits. So let's talk about OAS, Old Age Security. This is where most Canadians get surprised. OAS is increasing slightly in 2025 due to inflation. The standard benefit is around $713 a month. If you're 75 or older, that jumps to just over $800 a month because of the permanent 10% boost. But the real issue isn't the amount, it's always the gotcha. It's the clawback, right? This is huge. It's a big issue. Lean forward. In 2025, the OAS recovery tax, or clawback, starts when your net income reaches about $93,454. Let's face it, someday the cost of living, it sounds like a big number, right? But, you know, with the cost of living going up and inflation going up, someday the poverty line will be $93,454. I mean, I remember my first bona fide job when I was 15. I was making less than $2 an hour, and that was on the books. Before that, I was making even less when I wasn't the age of 15 and working off the books as a kid. You know, last night, my wife read me a story from a major news source that said, right now, you've got to make $27 an hour in the GTA just to meet the poverty line. And I mean, out of nostalgia, I have pay stubs from my father-in-law where his weekly pay was less than that. In the 50s, my father bought a Ford Fairlane automobile with a T-Bird engine for $500. You get the picture. So back on track, RRIF withdrawals count towards your clawback. Pension income counts towards your clawback. Investment income counts towards the clawback. Even part-time work can push you over the line. I've seen people accidentally trigger the clawback just because they withdrew a little extra from their RIF to cover a home repair. They lost hundreds or sometimes thousands in OAS in the following year. So if you're planning for extra income in retirement, you can't just look at the total dollars. You need to look at the taxable dollars. Now, GIS, the Guaranteed Income Supplement, helps lower income seniors, but many people don't realize how strict the residency rules are. If you spend more than 6 months outside Canada, well, your GIS, of course, can stop entirely. If you're planning on retiring to wherever, Portugal, Mexico, Costa Rica, and thinking the income will follow you, well, guess what? It's probably going to stop. And it's heartbreaking because it's often money that you think is coming to you, and then it's not. So let's talk about Susan, okay? Real person from Hamilton, 67. She worked hard, raised her kids, paid off her house, most of it anyways. She figured she could retire comfortably on CPP and OAS, and then property taxes went up, groceries went up, her hydro bill went up, and then the roof, $12,000 for a repair quote. That's pretty reasonable. My neighbor and I just went through that, and it was around that, $12,000. That's a lot of money. She didn't want to sell her home. She didn't want to dip into her RIF because that would push her over the OAS clawback line. And then with rising interest rates, she couldn't qualify for a traditional loan. Then what are you looking at? A finance company with some crazy rates? No. So look at another option. Your home equity. Access the equity of your home with no monthly payments. Get the breathing room that you need and stay exactly where you need to be. Susan kept her OAS. She avoided the clawbacks, and she's now planning to defer CPP until 70, which will boost her payments. I don't want you to walk away from this video scared. CPP and OAS aren't disappearing, and we're lucky to have them. I mean, compared to a lot of countries in the world, they're still reliable, and they still adjust somewhat for inflation, and they provide a foundation you can build on. But the key word is foundation. You can't build a house on just a foundation. You need walls, a roof, a plan. So what should you do in 2025? Well, here's what you can do. Starting today, review your income sources now and in the future. Don't look at just how much money you'll have, but how the government sees that income. RIF withdrawals, dividend and capital gains, they all affect your OAS. Another thing to do is decide on your CPP timing. Delaying CPP can increase your income by 8.4% per year, but then again, if you defer it and you don't ever get a chance to collect that CPP, well, what's the point of waiting? I personally, 60 years old, delaying CPP can increase your income by 8.4% per year, but it's not always right. It depends on your cash flow today. And not only that, but you have to think, well, how long am I going to live? There's no guarantees. My bookkeeper, Gene, he says that everyone should be applying for their CPP when they're 60 because at least you're guaranteed to get it. It might be smaller in cash flow now, but you're going to get it. So that's something to think about. Use your home strategically. If you're over the age of 55, your home is likely your biggest asset. Unlike previous generations, the home makes up a larger portion of your retirement assets, but most people don't use it. Not because they don't want to, but because they don't really understand it. They don't understand how a reverse mortgage option works. They don't understand how other mortgage options work, such as HELOCs, etc. A traditional refinance, a HELOC, or a reverse mortgage, each one of these offers different benefits depending on your goals. There are different interest rates, upfront fees, penalties, cash flow, payments, etc. required for each of the different options, and choosing the right one for you is very important. Each one offers different benefits depending on your goals, and this is why most people get stuck. They don't really know which one fits. They're scared of choosing wrong, and rightly so. It's easy to choose wrong. Even if you're just looking at reverse mortgages, there's a great big difference between all of the 4 reverse mortgage lenders and the other companies that are very similar to reverse mortgages, where maybe they don't offer the lifetime guarantee, but you can get no payments. So you don't have to figure this out alone. If you're watching this and you're worried or you're unsure what your retirement will look like, or you're carrying debt into retirement and you feel embarrassed about it, breathe a little bit. You're not alone. You're not behind. You're just dealing with retirement realities that many Canadians are facing today, all of us. And you deserve some clarity, not some confusion, a plan and not guesswork. If you want to talk to someone who's been around and has some experience and is actually going through the same stuff as you, then give me a call. I've been in the mortgage business for 25 years. If you're 55 or older and want someone to walk you through the numbers, I offer a free strategy call. We'll look at your CPP, your OAS, your RIF, your taxes, and your home equity options. And I'm not winging it. I have a lot of education ranging from Bachelor of Commerce degree, financial services underwriting, Canadian securities courses, etc. You know, I'm not winging this. I'm not brand new to this topic. We'll figure out whether a mortgage or a HELOC or a reverse mortgage or whatever is the best tool for your retirement. There's no pressure. And there's no fee. Just to clarify, I am paid by a lender just like any other employee, and there's no fee. I charge no fees to arrange mortgages in Canada unless it's a private mortgage, which, you know, we're not looking at for retirees here. So just like any other commissioned employee, I am paid by the lender to arrange a mortgage on your behalf, but I'm independent. I do not work for a lender. I work for you. I put that in writing actually in the financial disclosures that are provided to me to give to you by the financial services regulators, and that's my guarantee to you. Click on the link below, book a free retirement strategy session. I'd love to help you feel confident about your next step. CPP and OAS are not your retirement story. It's not the whole story anyways. Your home, your income plan, your timing, your strategy, your goals, that's what builds a confident, comfortable retirement. My name is Peter Fabry. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, you deserve a retirement you can actually enjoy. I look forward to speaking with you if you have any questions, and stay tuned for the next video. Please, if you enjoyed this, please hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.